Skip, this is Joel. So there's a great look, eh? So really enjoyed all the good feedback there and all the good questions yesterday, Skip. And this, again, is helping you feel how we should kind of apply the force to the club head, to the shaft and the club head. And again, notice, especially compared to what we know it's going to look like when the ball gets there, notice how different that looks there with your hands at the top. And obviously that's what we've talked about so much in this lesson, was how to feel the right stuff there at the top and how to do it. And again, notice too, you're watching your hands and arms go back there, and there's some value to that, but again, I would encourage you to also do a whole lot of practice swings where you don't look back there, you actually look at the ball, where the ball would be, so that you can increase your awareness of what the feel is when you do the better stuff. This is the one that broke because of the bad stuff there. That one didn't break, did it? That was pretty nice. Yeah. Still a lot of good things going on there. And then, again, when the ball gets there is when the hands get worse. Obviously, that's why those had to slice. And again, here's the example of you getting it on the club head right at the end, or getting the club head right on the plane line right at the end. So that, indeed, that ball flight is pretty decent, but like we're talking about at this point in the lesson, it's going to be hard to be as consistent as you want to be, but there it is. And there's the good ball flight that results from that club head being on that plane line so much better at the end of the downswing. There again is the practice swing, where those hands are doing so much the nicer stuff. And again, it's kind of funny you say you don't know how to get your hands back there, and I understand that, Skip. There's truth to that statement. But to say you don't know how to get your hands back there to do that, there's some inaccuracy in that statement, because you do know how to do it. So you're doing it so beautifully there. I would say it's a little more precisely accurate to say you don't know how to do it when the ball's there. Okay, so there's the better shoulder tune also. It goes along with that vibe right there. Man, that looks so beautiful. And again, there's that little drill where you actually stop at the top. And again, we see the bad hand movement right at the start, but the good stuff is you get closer to the ball with the club head. Ooh, now that was pretty good. So there, the hands did much better at the top of that little swing. And again, notice that swing, like I showed you on the metronome, that takes the same elapsed time. That was closer there. This was after I'd pushed your hands back. Yeah, so that's closer there. The hands are doing a little bit better stuff. There's a little bit more of the bad look. Ooh, that was closer. That was the last one we got it recorded. So again, I think it'd just be very interesting, Skip, to go back and look at these swings, kind of turn the audio off here, turn my voice off, and just watch yourself make this better move over here on the right. Versus this poorer move over here on the left. And just kind of study those, let them sink in a little bit, and obviously let the one on the right sink in all the more. But watching those without the audio, I think that could be very beneficial for you. Thanks so much, Skip. Look forward to seeing you soon, man. Take care.
This is Joel Suggs. I sure enjoyed meeting you down at the Cincinnati Golf Show this weekend and showing you your swing on the 2D equipment that I have. And so I want to take about 2 or 3 minutes to just show you around Meadowlinks. This is the studio I use in the winter for all my students. You see there's the down-the-line camera angle for our 2D equipment. And then we have the face-on camera angle also. And then what we also have here is 3D equipment to where I can show you your swing from 6 different camera angles with this 3D equipment, and we can get your swing from down to the 1/120th of a second in terms of exactly what your hips, shoulders, and hands are doing in the swing. And then also, I have the most realistic hitting curve I've ever seen from puttersedge.com, so when you hit your full shots, it feels as realistic as possible. And then I have 3 different green speeds for you to practice your putting. 9.5 on the step meter, 10.5 on the step meter, and 12.5 on the step meter. That's benefited my students tremendously. And then also I have a lot of learning aids like this Smart Stick. You can see the rest of those learning aids over here in my bag that we can work on to help you learn the certain fields in your golf swing that you and I both want. And then also I help my students a lot with their equipment through the winter. This is a frequency analyzer where we twang your club and it gives us a reading here, and then also we plot your whole set, each club on these lines to see if the set is really matched or not. Quite often they aren't, and it helps my students tremendously when they find out what clubs are the offending clubs. And then if we get tired of being indoors and we want to go outdoors and hit some, we can do that. It's my daughter! Ellie! Good to see you. I haven't seen her in weeks. No wonder you've been gone, Ellie. You've been out here playing in the snow all this time. But this is our natural turf area. This is closed until April, as you can see. But it's a fantastic area where we can step outside and hit some balls and get some real ball flight. Or, if we get pretty satisfied and think we're looking better on the video here, and we're kind of cooped up inside and want to go outside, we can step on out and hit balls and see real ball flight for about 5 or 10 or 15 minutes, however long you and I can stand the cold, out into the air, and we see them land at these different flags. I have a yardage book for this driving range. It's the first one I've ever seen in my life, where we know exactly what it is for the front, back, and middle of each green. And again, the covered area here is heated, so we stay out there for about 5, 10, 15 minutes, like I said. It enables us to see some ball flight, and then we get satisfied that things are looking the way we want, and we can come back inside, take off our coat, and look again at the video equipment to see how your swing's looking, to make sure that you understand it. And then notice too, my exercise ball up top here, and then also, so I help my students a lot with their fitness through the winter, and then I will help you also with your sports psychology, with your golf psychology from the golfpsych.com people down in Texas. That's helped my students tremendously a lot over the years too. So again, I sure enjoyed meeting you down at the Cincinnati Golf Show this weekend. I look forward to seeing you again out here this summer at Meadowlinks, or even right now in the winter. I have a lot of people that work on their games with me right through the winter. Check out more information about the things I do to help you at joelsuggs.com. Take care.